not just for their own personal growth and development, but for your own glory as well. And Father, we are here today to learn at the feet of Jesus Christ, using your Son as well to help us, to teach us, to challenge us, and to encourage us. Father, we pray that this whole atmosphere your own glory as well. And Father, this whole atmosphere will be an atmosphere of learning, will be an atmosphere at the feet of Jesus Christ, using your Son
of understanding
to help us, to
so we
teach us,
continue to
to challenge
ask
us,
that
and to
your grace
encourage us.
continue to be with us. May
Father,
we have
we
retentive
pray that
memories.
this
May
whole
our
atmosphere will be
attention
your own
spans be
glory as well.
extended today,
And
this
Father,
moment,
this whole
even as
atmosphere
we're
will be
here.
an atmosphere of
And that
learning.
all that we do, all that we say here today will be to our own profiting. And you bless your Son who is going to lead us today, who is going to teach us, continue to replenish him as well. And our brothers and sisters who are on their way, we ask that you bring them here safely, that all of us will be here, will learn, will be challenged, and at the end of the day, your name will be glorified. This and more I ask in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Brothers and sisters, today we're going to have a very wonderful time. That is my conviction. That is what I believe, because that is how I feel. Because anything that has to do with learning, that has to do with capacity building, it is something that is refreshing. It is something that's really heartwarming. So I am convinced, and that is my prayer as well, that as we're here today, we'll be able to give rapt attention to what will be said in every shape and form, so that we'll be able to learn what we need to learn. So today, I want to take this time out to introduce our guest speaker who doubles as our facilitator this evening. Mr. John Onuminya has been a disciple of Christ for 17 years. And he is happily married with two wonderful and beautiful children. He's a seasoned trainer and public speaking systems architect. Mr. Jones specializes in helping individuals and organizations become more effective communicators, and not just by teaching techniques, but by designing systems that make growth in speaking a natural part of everyday life. Yeah, you can imagine that. Not just like, but he goes beyond that. And he's also an engineer by training, that's by profession. Mr. John unwinds through reading, listening to podcasts, dancing, drawing, watching movies, and playing volleyball. Yeah, that's a lot of activity out there. So, and he's also currently serving as the captain of Icons Football Club. Yes, please, let's put a round of applause for Mr. John Muya, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, campus students and young professionals alike, and even for our guests who are joining us here today, I want you to get ready to be inspired. Yes, that you're not going to get anything less than that today, because our guest today is a man who has spent the last 17 years faithfully following Christ while equipping countless people to communicate with clarity and impact. He's a trainer, a public speaking systems architect, and a true builder of people. Away from the stage, he's an engineer and an avid reader, a dancer and artist, as I said earlier, and the captain of Icons Football Club. Please, let's put our hands together and help welcome Mr. John Omenaya. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adams. Please confirm that you can hear me loud and clear.
I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Fantastic. By the way, I love your energy. You were dancing to the music earlier today, and at midweek service, I love the way you were giving the announcement. As you saw when you were reading, dancing is one of my passions. When I see people dance, I'm drawn to them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a privilege to be here. It's always inspiring when we get to share our lives with one another. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. For those of you that saw the topic, it's effective communication for strategic positioning on social media. A summary is how to use social media to make impact and give value. That's the summary. Ignore the complex language. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions and really just sharing my life with you. First, how many of us here are students? Let's use the chat. I'd love to have us using the chat as well as using the reaction button. How many of us here are students? Let's use the chat. I'd like to know. Yes, I see the reaction buttons as well. Thank you. Great.
I am.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I see your hands. I can see it.
Yeah, I just wanted to raise it and drop it.
Thank you. Oh, fantastic. Now, how many of us here are workers? And that could mean you're a student as well as working, or strictly you're just working. I'm trying to get an idea of what people are doing here. I see we also have a number of people. In fact, the hands are going up faster than the students. Maybe the students are tired from reading. Wow, this is a great audience. For the students and the workers, how many of us here are uncertain what we want to do with life? When we're young, they used to ask this question, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? How many of us here are not certain what we want to do? Meaning you're in school studying something, but you're not sure what you want to study. Or maybe you're even working, but you're not sure if that's the job you want to do. Please let me see in the chat or raise your hand as well. This is interesting. I've not seen one person raise their hand or type in the chat. So my assumption is that everyone in this room knows exactly what they want to do. That is going to steer the direction that I take this. When I was young, if you ask me, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? I had no clue. People would say doctor, engineer, whatever else they want to say. I had no idea. In fact, now I'm still trying to discover myself. Maybe when I grow up, I'll know exactly what I want to do. Nonetheless, exactly where you are is what God will use to take you where He wants to be. Our mission from God is to love Him first with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love one another. And in loving one another, I want you to think value and service. Value and service. When it comes to speaking before an audience, many of us may have bad experiences, we may be scared when they tell you, come and speak. The first time I recall in secondary school speaking before the whole school was not a pleasant experience, just because of one thing mainly. I mispronounced the word and people started laughing at me. That just set a bad precedent for speaking for me. It was not that bad. It was for many other people. But one of the things that prevents us from communicating properly is we focus too much on ourselves. And I want you to think about this. When it comes to speaking before an audience, think about the value you can give and serving people. Think less about yourself. As God says in scripture, think more about others. And think about this example. If you're coming to my house, a friend's house, anyone's house, and your job is just to sweep the floor, how self-conscious will you be if you're coming to just sweep the floor? If you're coming to serve, really, most of us are not going to be very self-conscious. You just want to come there and do the job, hopefully do it well. You're not concerned about how you look, more so how you serve. You should begin to think about speaking just like that. Personally, if I had my way, none of you here will ever see my face. Nobody outside my immediate family, nobody outside the company I work with, nobody outside where I have to be will ever see my face. Why? Because I am more of a reserved person. I don't understand social media. More accurately, I didn't used to understand it. Why are people recording videos and putting them out there? Why must they show their face to everyone? Why must they speak? Can't we just be alone? But the more I kept learning, which by the way, is one of the things we're created for. God designed us to learn so that we can have dominion and steward what He has called us to do. In Genesis, remember the first thing God showed us about Himself is that He's a creator. And if we are made in the image of God, we are made to do what? To create things as well. But in all that, we are to have dominion and take charge of what he has created, to take charge of them and make them be better. It takes learning, it takes knowledge, it takes putting yourself out there to do that. Paraphrasing what Zig Ziglar said, he said, if a way to get everything you want is to help as many people get what they want, the way to help as many people as possible is through the gift of what we now have, social media. This year, if there are two things I think everyone should delve into, at least one of them, if possible, two of them, social media and AI. I'm so glad that you have a specialist here. Your leader is a specialist in AI. So please learn as much as you can from him. Social media and AI. Learn from those two things. You can use them to give tremendous value. And let me share. Yes, when I was younger, I would have preferred that no one saw me on social media, but let me share what happened this year. I was posting some time ago on social media, videos, YouTube, you see it on WhatsApp, Facebook, because I wanted to improve my public speaking. And in my mind, one of the ways to do that is to speak, really. The way you learn is to do it. Regardless of all the knowledge you get in here, if you don't take action, you're deceiving yourself. So I decided to record videos. But I changed the timeline for that. However, I continue to work on my public speaking and I help others as well. And I've been doing this for over a decade at this point. Beginning of this year, I felt my thoughts were too rattled. I didn't like how they were going. So I was trying to figure out, how do I improve my thinking? There are a plethora of ways to do that. Two among those include improving your public speaking, and the second one, improving your writing. I have a LinkedIn page. It was by no means optimized. I write maybe once a week, sometimes once every other week, on different topics. But as of February this year, I said, you know what? Because I want to improve my writing, I'm going to start writing twice a week. Monday and Friday, specifically on public speaking. So I started February this year, and I've been consistent every single week, every single month. Why? To improve my thinking. There were side effects of that I did not even think about. As I said, I'm a reserved person. I'd rather not be on social media, but I did this because I wanted to get better. As at June this year, beginning of June, I remember vividly, it was when the children had their midterm break. What my family and I do, we have some friends of ours, a couple. Every year we go on at least one vacation together, and maybe the other half of the year we'll spend time in each other's homes. Christmas, they spend time in our house. This midterm break, we spent time in their home. And we were watching this show on Netflix. I don't know if anyone here watches The Floor is Lava. Maybe you've never heard of it. My family and I, we love it. I think it's fun. It's a nice family-friendly show. We're watching it. And my phone was on the table. I remember this vividly. So I just thought, let me check what's happening on my phone. I picked it up, looked. I saw a message on WhatsApp. It was someone from the Gambia. He has this course online, or should I say school, where he has many courses online. And he said that he wants to have a public speaking course added to it. And he felt I was the perfect person. Someone from where? The Gambia. How many times will I post in? Twice. By the way, I was writing articles. I was not recording videos on public speaking. Remember that. I told him, by all means, I'm interested. I have till the end of this month to finish. So by next week, we'll have the course ready, we'll fine tune it. And he's going to give me 60% of everything that students use to register for their courses. Fantastic. I continued being diligent and posting twice a week, Monday and Friday. The last Friday in June, I got a message on LinkedIn. Somebody from South Africa sent a message to me. John, I've been reading your article. Great job. I love what you're doing. My son needs help in public speaking. Do you have some type of school? Do you have any program to assist him? I wasn't sure what he wanted. So I sent him my number and said, let's call and figure out exactly what you're looking for. By Monday the next week, it was a less than 30 minutes call. I had a conversation with him and his wife. They told me what their son needed. I explained what I could deliver. And his statement, which he repeated twice, was, I love it. They requested I sent a written document the next day, which I did, with an investment fee. Those of you interested in the investment fee, reach me after this recorded session, and maybe I can share with you. And he said he likes it. He will discuss with his son. By September, if he's interested, we'll start the session. Note, I started focusing on public speaking twice a week, writing, not videos. And someone reached out to me from the Gambia. Somebody reached out to me from South Africa. I never even considered the impact of the articles I was writing on social media. Where would I have been speaking to people, to reach people in the Gambia and South Africa from here in Nigeria? How could I have given them that much value, countries away from where I am, if not social media? For those of us that are students and workers, I want you to think about this and think about it deeply. There's only one aim I have for this whole session, sharing my life with you, that you pick one thing that you take action on. We are designed to give value, and the way we get value back often is financially, money, outside of things like growth. According to Rome Africa, they are a company that does research on different companies. They say on average in Africa, for every single job, about 2,400 people apply. Think about it. Every job, about 2,400 people apply. When you apply for the jobs which we apply for, the companies will first remove most of the applicants out of thousands, and you get to the interview stage. In the interview stage, usually you don't have one or two rounds, you have multiple. And what they want you to do is condense decades of your life into 30 minutes of the time they get to speak with you. How easy is it to explain who you are? That wonderful question. Tell us about yourself. Or to explain what you've done in 30 minutes or less. What social media does is that it flips it around. It lets you have weeks and months and years to show people what you're learning, how you think, the projects you embark upon. And what happens? As people read, at different times, they will see that you can meet their need because you worked on certain projects. You were handling certain issues. They loved the way you thought. And as they see, read, whatever it is, just take in what you're putting out, they begin to trust you more. And then in less than 30 minutes, perhaps, they give you job offers or they give you business opportunities. Now tell me, which would you rather have? 4, 5, 6, however many years you're spending in school, to go and apply for jobs where on average over 2,000 people apply, to get about 30 minutes to explain who you are and what you do and what you offer, or you throw out your material on social media. Let them digest what you have to offer and then give you the opportunity. Literally, nobody asked me for my CV. There was no, give me your CV, show me what you've done, any reference. They were reading articles. I don't know how to stress this. Maybe someone should write it in a different language. They were reading write-ups on public speaking. They were not watching videos. They were not seeing me speak. I don't know if this makes sense. They're just reading what I have written on public speaking, and they are offering me the opportunity. No interview, no resume. I don't remember the last time I showed anybody a resume, honestly. I don't even know what's my resume, to be fair. Please don't follow my example in this situation. But the opportunities come because of what you display. And let me state this. One of the issues a number of us have is this concept of fear. I am scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. At least when I asked the question, I'm guessing more people may have joined. Nobody raised their hand that they were uncertain what they wanted to do, which makes me believe everyone that was here, you know exactly what you want to do, which is fantastic. What you need to start doing is putting out those things, your ideas, projects you're working on, what you're learning out there for people to see. Why? So you add value to them. As you're adding value to them, people are seeing what you can do. They're understanding how you think. And from different parts of the world, I believe over 5 billion people right now on social media. When you start, it's not going to reach 5 billion people. I don't know if we'll ever get to 5 billion people. But if you start putting it out there, it does a few things. It helps you get better. It helps you think more about who you want to serve. And it helps you continue to have your material out there so those that need you can take it in and present you with the opportunity to deliver the value they know you can deliver. I hope this is making sense. And if you feel you're not knowledgeable enough, let me say this. Somebody had to teach us ABC. Someone teaches ABC, meaning there are levels of knowledge. For those of you that are students, what a blessing. Please, for the students, can you tell me what year you're in at the moment? Is it first year? Yes. Thank you for that, Joseph. There are over 7 billion people, but they say just about 5 billion on social media. Not everyone in the world has access to it at the moment. Year 3, tell me what year you're in. Year 3, the other students, let me see. Is it year 1, year 2, year 4? What year are you in? I'm a patient man, so I'll wait for you to actually type. I said we're going to be interacting today. Year 2, thank you. What year are we in? I've seen 1 year 3, 1 year 2. Year 27. Year 4. I'm old school, so I'm not sure what year 27 is, but I'm glad. Fantastic. Why am I asking you this question? One of the mistakes I think we make is we are sent to school to spend 4, 5, 6, however many years to learn and then to give value. Times have changed. When my father went to school, it was a very different atmosphere. For many parents then, I don't know if they still do it for the students now, a lot of parents used to lie that they were always number 1 in their school. I don't know if parents are still doing that now. I have no clue. Back then, they used to. However, my father was actually number 1. It was published in the newspaper, and we saw the newspaper article. It was good. When he graduated, he had about 4, 5 companies already offering him jobs. I am going to take a bold step and say it's not really like that anymore. When you're graduating with first class, second class upper, you don't really see all these people with 4 or 5 offers before they graduate. Completely different timelines. In fact, by the time you graduate, what you have been taught is essentially obsolete or will get obsolete less than 1 year. And I think I'm being generous in the 1 year estimation. Why am I saying this? You have the opportunity of being in a market. What do I mean by a market? You're with students, you're with lecturers, you're with other people in your school community. What you're learning, the challenges you're facing, those are opportunities for you to test out what you're learning, test out how to give value, test out how to meet people's problems where they are. I assure you as a student, if you have certain issues, there are other people that have those issues. If you know nothing else on what to do, then share your experience on social media. Are there courses right now? Someone was year 4. For the year 4 people, I don't know if your course is a 5-year course or a 4-year course. Are there certain courses that you must pass and they are very difficult? Those of us that are students, are there any course? Just put the name. Are there certain courses that you must pass, but it's very difficult? So some people have to take it multiple times. If it exists, please put down those names for whatever field you're studying. I would love to see some of them. And if I don't see any of them, I'll just move forward because I don't know if you actually have any. Are there any courses that you must pass to graduate? And there are certain people that take them multiple times because they are difficult. If you think of any, please type them. Why am I giving that example? In that situation, if you are finding it challenging, think about this. You now put your experience of learning that course and finding it very difficult online. What that does is you find a community of people, other students, or even other old students, people that have graduated, that will share the same similarity with you. Now you can leave it at that as you grow and people see that this person is a student, they're experiencing the same thing, and you can take it a step higher. Because you know there are many people experiencing that, you can decide to master that course. In learning that course and mastering it, you put it online and people begin to observe that, wow, this person is good. They know what they're doing. As you are mastering that, you can now use that to say, you know what, I am putting together a weekly course where I tutor people on this, or maybe just a session before exam. You charge a rate for the students, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, because they've seen you growing and understanding it. They trust you. People are willing to pay for that. It's how you give value and get value while you're in school. I'm just giving an example. Using social media, what you're experiencing. What else do students face? Hostel issues. What if you observe that there are certain fantastic hostels? You reach out to those people because at the moment, maybe you don't have the money to build your own hostel, but you reach out to them that, look, I can get some students. Can we have a deal where if I get students, maybe you pay me a commission? And because they want students to come, say yes, maybe they give you 10%, whatever percentage they want, while you're in school. And you begin to post about that, the hostel life. This is challenging, this is challenging, this is happening in the hostel. But this new place, you put it there. People observe what is going on, they trust you. And when you now share this up and coming hostel, they're interested, you have your link, they purchase, and you get paid. You are giving value to certain people while getting value back as well. You are learning a lot of skills as things are actually happening. In school, let's take it a notch higher. If you know a company you want to work with, can you type the name in the chat? Any of you, if you know a company that you want to work with, let's see the name in the chat. If you know a company you want to work with, please let's see the name in the chat. Anthropic, nice. If you know the name of a company you want to work with, Google, fantastic. Anyone else? Let's use this too. Meta, thank you. The free, nice. WHO, wonderful. So we actually have companies we want to work with. What can we do? Search for these companies online. Find out what they are interested in, what needs they have. Start learning how to meet those needs, and now start putting it out there. You're focused on meeting this need. If you don't know about it, the learning, put the learning process in there. Let them see how you are actually able to meet what it is they're requiring. Now, because you have time, you are students, you have 1, 2, 3, who knows how many years, you have time to master the skills. put it out there for them to see, and then engage. The beauty of social media is you can go there because these people have social media platforms. Go there and start engaging with them. As you engage with them, you actually put logical, useful contributions to things they have on their platforms. And you ensure that you continue to put those solutions on whatever it is you're writing, whatever videos you're posting up there, because you know this is where you want to go. You are not randomly putting things. If we had a bunch of people that said they were not certain what they wanted to do, I would have discussed a different path. Most of us here said we know. Well, other than those that came later. If you came later and you're one of those people that you're not sure what you want to do, please type in the chat. Let me know if I need to talk on that at all, or if I just focus on those that know what they want to do. Focus on putting things that show clearly you are the person that can provide this solution. That does a number of things, by the way. When you see what they need, generally, they are not very easy things. It propels you to learn. Many people never ever search for that company they've been dreaming about. They don't know what the company wants. You spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in school having a company in mind, Meta, Google, Facebook, whatever, not knowing exactly what is needed by that company for the position you desire, only to graduate and apply for job, assuming they have a job opening, apply and realize the skill they need. It's going to take you maybe 6 months to learn. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Find out early while you have the privilege of time in school. Yes, privilege of time in school to discover what they need and to master it, but not mastering it in silence. Look, value is not valuable if it's unseen. Value is not valuable if it's unseen. Value has to be seen. Let them see it there in social media. And the beauty of putting it out there is that not only will Meta see it if you connect with them, other companies see it. Right now, you may have a narrow view on, I want this company, but you may have a much better offer come from someone else because they see the value you give. I was not dreaming about anyone approaching me from Gambia. I was not dreaming about anyone approaching me from South Africa. I was not even thinking about anyone approaching me when I was writing those articles. I was just thinking, I want to improve my thinking. I want to improve my thinking. And then all these benefits started coming. Now think, if you are specifically thinking, I want to put this content out there so the company knows my value, that company alone won't be the one that knows your value. Many companies will see your value. You know the best time to interview for a job? The best time to interview for a job is 1, when you have a job. 2, when you have many offers. You go there with a certain type of confidence. It's very different from when you're jobless. Very, very different. When you have multiple offers, multiple juicy offers, you can go and say, I want to work for you. They say, no, this is what we can give you. You say, no, I want this. Why? I already have that offer over there. It's such a beautiful place to be in than being so good, but no one sees you. I remember when I went for an interview with an oil company because I studied petroleum engineering. I know the intro said that I actually work as an engineer by profession. No, I do training. I do trainings. I never focused on strictly engineering, but I had a master's in petroleum engineering. However, unlike most of you here, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to work in an oil company. Nonetheless, for my parents' sake, I interviewed with some oil companies. One company, this specific company, it appeared that they just wanted you to speak as if you knew everything. I was looking at people being interviewed. The way they were talking as if the confidence that was oozing. Not like they knew everything. It's just they wanted you to speak like that, and I could not understand. I said, I can't talk like this. I don't know how they're doing it. I just can't speak like that. Inevitably, what happens is they may take people that are not as skilled as others because of how confident they sounded. And I'm not joking. About 2 or 3 years afterwards, every single person, because I made it all the way to the final stage, and they gave us this wonderful speech on how we can't take everyone, but those of you who are not taking, you're still fantastic. Maybe years down the line, you will still work with us. I was so upset. I said, in my life, I would never work with you years down the line. You're not serious. But I kept in touch with many of those people because I knew them. None of them stayed with our company. I don't know why, but I won't be surprised if they didn't exactly align. They were speaking in a way that they just wanted to be hired, which many people teach us. Lied. Please don't lie. When you are looking at a company, you want to get a job, you want to get an opportunity, it is a conversation. You are interviewing them as well. You're interviewing those clients. Many of us don't know this. You are there checking, are you right for me? As they are checking, am I right for you? But many of us just think, please, let me get the job. Please give me. I need something. No, you want to know that when I come here, this is a place I want to give my all. This is a place I'm respected. Ultimately, you want to know that this is where God is leading you to. Ask those questions. Find out. And if you find out these things don't align, please don't take it. Don't. But most of us are trained to just go and whatever is there, at least have this one. Just get it. It's a conversation. Have your questions ready. Check if they actually line up. But you really don't want to be in that spot of being interviewed with thousands of people if you can show your value online. And the way to do that is just to get your content out there. As you're getting the content out there, you're learning to be better. I keep telling my daughter is 6, my son is 9. I tell her, because they are wonderful kids, they are brilliant. She gets things quickly, but I observed over time that she'll forget it quickly as well, meaning she really wasn't learning. And I tell her the essence of school is to learn. If you're not understanding, there's no point of taking all these notes. Ask questions, learn. The reason you are in university is to learn how to learn, ideally. Now, there are some things they are not giving us that will help you in life, unfortunately. A topic for another time. But the idea is you are trained to learn. So when you're out there, anything you see, you're able to learn. You have to learn about the different social media platforms. There are so many. TikTok has its own, YouTube has its own, LinkedIn has its own, Facebook has its own, WhatsApp has its own. There are ways of actually getting your message out there. Learn about them. But make sure you're putting yourself out there. Ask questions. Refine what you're doing. The beauty too is, over time, let's use a platform like LinkedIn. Even if your article or video is not perfect, you do have the choice to delete it. Some people may have seen it, they may have stored it, and you have the option to upgrade what you said. Sometimes I record a video and say, I have changed my view on this. Last year, I thought this way. This year, I've learned some things. It's different. That is okay. That is good, in fact. If you're the exact same person a year down the line as you were 1 year ago, chances are you're not learning much. Do not be scared to put content out there. For us, most of us that know what we want, you can focus on those ones for social media or a specific platform. That way, people begin to realize, wow, this person is probably a specialist here. Think about it. All of you that joined here, because Mr. Rotimi Awaye had really decorated this, and Adam's intro was so spectacular. When you come here and you hear me talking, you think I'm an expert because I'm the one speaking. Social media is just like that. Because you're writing and posting videos, subconsciously, people just think that person knows. The only difference between that person and you is they are posting, you are not. That's the only difference. And the beauty is, because you have a record, when people want to know about you, you just say, oh, yes, you can check my TikTok page. You can check my YouTube page. You can check my LinkedIn profile. It sounds so professional. They say, oh, really? Okay, they'll go there. Oh, wow, he wrote about this. He wrote about this. See this video. I love it. Things that you have to spend time trying to convince them. It all starts from what? Putting yourself out there. If you're thinking about getting professional clients, then start putting what they're interested in. What does this company want? What do the professional workers want? For those of you in offices, you see needs right there. You feel needs right there. If you think, I can meet this need, start posting about those things, because chances are 99%, there are a lot of other people that probably have that need. And if you start posting regularly and nobody interacts, then you know, okay, not many. Let me pivot to something else. Beautiful way to just check. Are there people interested? Are there people willing to pay for a solution? Lovely. It has never been this easy to have this type of test because of where we are now. And it's beautiful. Unfortunately, most of us are not doing anything about it because we're scared, because we're distracted. We are willing to be consumers, but not creators. When we're made in the image of God, the one that creates. Now, we're supposed to create. That's how you add value to things. And let me ask now, how many of us are on social media? Please, let's type in the chat. How many of us are on social media? It may seem like a ridiculous question to many of us, but coming from where I am, I have to ask, it's possible that I'm not on social media. Thank you so much. Oh, great, great. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I'm saying good. How many of us post regularly on social media? How many of us post regularly on social media? Oh, great. Lovely, lovely. Please, the post should be focused towards something. And let me state this. Be willing to charge for value. Be willing to charge for value. I was mentoring and giving public speaking training for 10 years for free. For free, because I had no idea how to charge. How do I even begin to charge? I've been doing it for free. How does this make sense? I'll give you a few reasons to charge. One, it's part of God's design that we charge people for things. When he gave Solomon wisdom, after Solomon asked for it, he gave him wealth, gave him money, and Solomon was creating thousands of songs and proverbs and all that. Solomon charged regularly. He charged people that came annually. He charged people that came one-off. He charged. One of the benefits of charging people for things is, one, you know if they are serious. Two, you help them take it seriously. I have mentored so many people for free that they were telling me, oh yes, I'm serious about it. 1-2 weeks, they drop off. And really, when you start the first session, let's go. They were not committed because there was nothing there. Willing to charge. In school, now as a student, I think this is the best ground to test these things out. Test it out. You have the opportunity to try multiple things. Maybe you can even keep changing it as the semesters come because there's a different need. Test it out. I'm going to charge this amount. How many people are willing to pay? I'm going to charge this. How many? And you're putting it out there. So it's not limited to just your school. We are supposed to go out and make a living, as people say. When they send us to school, our parents hope that one day we'll have a good life, but no one teaches us anything about value exchange. No one teaches us anything about growing and making money. This is how you do it. You give value, you charge. Just make sure the value you're giving is way more than what you're charging. Very important. And how do you know? Well, one, perhaps by experience. Two, If they are willing to pay, it already gives you a sign that this person values it more than what they are going to get. If you know what you want to do, put it out there. Why? You're able to give value to a larger group of people. You're able to grow, test things out, and get value. Because if you're able to help more people, which is what God designed us to do, by the way, then you can get what you want. The parable of the talents, God gave one person one, gave one two, gave another five. Why? According to their capacity. If you do not learn to do things, you will not get things that require more and is worth more. You need to learn and build yourself so that you can actually handle more. We are stewards, don't forget. All this, none of it belongs to us. Not your body, not your mind, not your skill, not the money, not the job. None of it is yours. Everything belongs to God, and you are just supposed to take care of it and multiply it. You're supposed to have dominion over it. You're supposed to be in charge of it. And social media is a fantastic tool to help you achieve that in this day and age. Now, not tomorrow. So I want you to think, what platform or platforms, I'm starting from one, I'm going to scale to YouTube and other platforms, can I start putting my content out on so that people can see my journey, they can see the value I have to offer, and I can actually give value over time. And if you think about it, take action sooner rather than later. Not something that is perfect, you refine it over time. Every platform, there's a way that you can refine it over time. Take action. And the beauty is, as I said, AI, wonderful. It will help you with your article, it will help you with your videos, it will help you with all that. I was pursuing LinkedIn to improve my writing. I ended up learning how to use AI. I need to change my ways. But use it now. Now I'm thinking of different ideas because I set a target for myself. There was a podcast I listened to about scaling what you want to achieve. And many of us are taught to reduce our goals. But this guy taught me to increase our goal. God is a God of exponential growth, not linear growth. And what that does is it forces you to find a new path versus I'm doing 100 now, let me do 120, let me do 140. Forces you to find a new path, and so many ideas just start coming. As soon as the idea comes, I think, can I implement it now? And I implement it immediately. Immediately. Another idea comes, can I implement it now? I implement it immediately. The social media one is an example of that. And now one is because of what I was doing, I decided to create a group. I just created it recently where people that want to post consistently online join that group. It's a paid group. They pay monthly. Pay monthly. I created another program where I just meet up with you, or for this community, like I prepared a PDF and we can have a 1-week challenge if people are interested, where I just set up a system for you to continue to improve your public speaking over time, because it's not the skills you learn now, it's how you refine it for life that's important. Just set up that system. Created that one. As the ideas came, just implement it. In fact, my LinkedIn profile, I was asking my wife, did she optimize her LinkedIn profile? I just recently started optimizing it. I was not bothered before. I didn't even think about it before. Telling people exactly what I'm doing, stating the skills I had. If you even go and read my articles on LinkedIn, not once has it gone beyond 13 likes, interactions. 13, not 30, 13, 1-3. And that was one of everything else below 10. Interestingly, though, somebody called me and said, John, I love your articles. Oh, they impact me. She was saying so many beautiful things. She didn't engage once, not one like, not one comment. Said, So despite what I'm seeing, that, oh, nobody's engaging, People are seeing what I'm putting out, but they're just not engaging with it. I said, interesting. It's an encouragement for you. Don't stop. Be consistent. Be diligent. You have to walk with faith. You can't see the results now, but you believe it's going to happen. So it guides your action. You do this, and I guarantee in a year's time, in 2 years' time, you'll be amazed how people perceive you in whatever industry you're in. I just wanted to share a bit of that. That's a bit of my life that's happened. There's much more, but I would love to entertain questions if we have any questions. Notes. I want you to leave here with one thing you're going to start doing. For those of you already doing it, please keep doing it. For those of you not doing it, take one thing and start doing. So raise your hands if you have any questions, and we'll call you out. And if it's within my ability to answer, we'll answer the questions. Yes, I see a hand, Mr. Rotimi. I'm not sure I can answer this question, but go ahead. Adams is here. He will help me.
Wow. Woo. Boss, this is out of the world, man. First off, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for just blowing our minds out of our brains. You've really given us so much value and so much to think about. I personally am really charged up. I'm excited, and I already see how I'm able to, start what I need to do. My own question, my own challenge is in the area of consistency. That is one. Then the second one is it's not good enough. But now you did mention something about that. I think I wrote it down. It's like it's about don't master in silence, right? So there's a way I think about things. There's a way I've come to, especially when it comes to visuals and creatives. There's a minimum in my head that should come out of me, right? So if I can't get to that minimum, I don't even try until I have the time and all the space and everything. So those are the really two things that hold me back. Now, sometimes when I just push out, okay, let it not be that making no believe I don't do anything. But now to keep on doing it at a consistent rate, that's a challenge I have. And how do I, jump over that it's not good enough mindset? So that's me. That's a question I would like to. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those questions. One, you mentioned consistency. I'll say join my community, but it's paid,
Yes.
so I don't know if it's something I can join.
Yes, I don't mind.
But now the other one, I love this question about you have a minimum standard. Have you heard about Parkinson's law by any chance?
Parkinson's law?
Yeah.
No.
Parkinson's law says that time expands or work expands to fill the time that you've allotted to it.
Yes. I have.
It means if you give a year for the perfection,
you take as long.
It will take a year. If you give 10 years, I'm guessing that you don't even give a timeline. You give an arbitrary level of perfection, which means eternity. Things will always get better.
True.
Work that is 80% at the level you want that is out there is infinitely better than 100% that is not out there.
True.
Give yourself a timeline.
Game over.
Give yourself timeline and do the best you can within that timeline. Even when it does not meet your standard, send it out.
All right.
Send it out. Tomorrow, when you find something better, that content that was not good enough is now creating more content for tomorrow because you can update it.
Got it.
Do you understand?
That makes sense.
Say,
yeah.
Oh, I send this out. Oh, I love the engagement. Thank you so much. This even makes it better. The 2.0, the blah, 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 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. From one supposedly not perfect thrown out content, you've created 10 contents. Give yourself a timeline
to
throw it out, please. It's not your friend at all. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Adams.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Thank
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Onuminya. Please forgive the way I pronounce your last name. I'm still working on that. This is mind blowing, I must say. I am blown away. It's been like, I don't know, this has just to be God in His own infinite wisdom. So the question I want to ask here is, I for one, I am I I perceive myself as a public speaker. I perceive myself as someone I fancy the ancient days from the Greek days and all of that. That is how I see myself any day and everywhere. So, but the trouble I have with myself is that I struggle to take my thoughts from my head and transport them outside. So there's some thoughts that I have in my head, and Mr. Awai can attest to that. My thoughts choke me. I get choked by my own thoughts. But I have to, like, sometimes you have to say, okay, now pause. Yes, let's go over it again. And sometimes I just give up. I say, or maybe a person may be around there and say, okay, this is what he. Sometimes that is just the key thing that I want to say. I struggle taking my thoughts from my head and to like convey them out there. I don't know what you say about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question, Adams. I also see you as a fantastic public speaker. And the issue you're facing is not something that is limited to you. Let me ask you, how often do you speak? In a week, how often do you speak?
Well, I maybe not that much of an audience, but I have conversation. I'm a conversational person, by the way. So I have conversations almost like every day with people. But yes, still I have this struggle.
So are you saying the struggle happens when you're having conversations?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if it's happening when you're having conversations, I think you just need to increase how often you have conversations. By the way, I'm actually going to send this to Mr. Rotimi. There's actually a PDF I've created and a 1-week challenge that people that are interested in this group can join as well to be part of that. And it has a list of ways for you to improve exactly what you're speaking about. But before I stop speaking on this, I'll say one thing that you should not dwell too much on is focusing on the challenge you have. Once again, I'm saying you are focused too much on you. If you're focused more on the people you're serving and the value you're giving, you'll be amazed how it comes off more like your brain is connecting a lot faster with your mouth. But the more we focus more on ourselves, the more we exacerbate the supposed issue, and our body is amazing. When you believe something happens, it makes you see more reasons why it's happening. But as I said, Mr. Rotimi Awaye will have the PDF, have the challenge for those who are interested. Once again, it's paid. I told you guys, these ones are paid. Giving a lot of free tips here, but it's paid. But yes, those ones I've given you now, please utilize it. Increase more opportunities to speak and stop dwelling on yourself and focus on the value you can give. The more you focus outwards, the less those problems will persist. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot because the last thing that you said, I do that a lot. I focus on myself more. I do that a lot, and I think you pointed out well because that is what I do a lot when I go out to speak, when I interface with an audience. The focus most times is on I'm being more performative, and I want to make sure, but I don't know just how to strike the balance. So I'm being more focused on myself. But I think you've done very much well. Thank you. And I'm interested, by the way. I'll do it.
Well done, Adams. Uncle Undu, I see your hand up. My assumption is you're raising your hand to answer questions, not to ask any question.
No, John. John, thank you so much. I'm so glad. This is a useful way to spend my lunchtime. I'm at the office and I gain tremendous value from watching you speak. Thank you so much. I just wanted to encourage you about something you said that I've learned over time that just was refreshed in my heart. When you said, you didn't say it exactly this way, but this is the way it came to me, that ideation doesn't come fully developed. You know, it is given little by little. When God says, God says, I will teach them a little here, a little there, you know. There's no fully developed revelation, even in the Bible. God reveals here, and it says it is the honor of kings to go and search those things out, right? So I think you're so right. When an idea comes in that small form that it comes, we need to go and get it out there, the best we can. I found that, John, the more I did that consistently, the more I'm like, oh my goodness. In fact, how you're going to even improve it begins to come to you. It's just so amazing. I just wanted to thank you for just stressing this and making it fresh to me again. Thank you. Appreciate this.
Uncle Lundo, you see why I love you. You didn't ask a question. You came to expound on ideas. Thank you so much. I thought you were going to come and ask a question and embarrass me in front of this crowd of 35 people. Really appreciate it. Honestly, everyone listening, to reiterate what he said, take action. Pray about it. Take action. Take action sooner rather than later. Procrastination is a deceptive thief. We don't have as much time as we think, or the people you should be giving value to, they are not going to be around as much as you think. The longer you wait, the more things decay at an exponential rate. Take action. Deepo, please go ahead. I don't know if you're speaking.
You're Deepo, you're not muted. You're still muted. All right. Okay, you're up.
Okay, can you just hear me?
Yeah, we're
yes.
good.
Oh, thank you, Mr. John. I'm so grateful for what you shared. This is very impactful, to be honest. And one thing I learned is just more like consistency. Like you shared something about people not engaging and not commenting and every other stuff. And for me, I've kind of like fought that battle like long time ago. Because sometimes as a social media strategy manager, I kind of post and you don't get this, you don't get that, and I'm like, man, it seems like people are not even saying this. And they're actually seeing it, that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for that encouragement. I have to get back to work, just like my wife, you see, get back to work. But there's something I want to ask. You spoke about system. I think that's what I'm lacking, and I feel like you are so right. To be honest, I need to get to you. I need to connect with you after this. Like just like this, solar system works. And there's always consistency. Like it's always sun is always coming out. Setting, sunrise, sunset. So I feel like for me personally, I don't have a system which kind of like breaks the power of consistency in my in my own work. So I feel like I need the I would kind of like ask like how do you build that system and how do you also sustain the system if it's being built? That's like my question. Thank you.
Beautiful question. And I'm glad that you observe the issue you have. For all of us, if you don't have a system, it's a problem. If something is not scheduled, chances are you're not going to do it or you're not going to do it consistently. One, I would recommend that you start tracking how you use your time. Two, you now look where you have opportunities to do whatever it is we want to do, which in this, excuse me, particular situation, I'm assuming it means creating content, posting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So decide when exactly you're going to do it. If it fails, you need to fine tune. What exactly went wrong? Is it that I was not serious? Was the time wrong? Fine tune until you get a time that works perfectly for you. As I said, I post twice on LinkedIn. As at now, it may change in the future. I just do it Monday morning around 8, Friday morning 8. Same thing. Time is the same. Post my article, less than 30 minutes, I'm done. Now, I even create my article in advance sometimes and just have them pending, and that day just post. This works perfectly for me. I work from home, take care of the kids, post. I have my targets for that morning because my morning is the most productive time for me. Work. If that's still challenging, I like that you said your wife. If your wife is someone that can hold you accountable, get that woman and say, please hold me accountable. Maybe you can tell her, I will pay you this amount or withdraw this amount. Have something that you're going to not want to get into a punishment, something that will happen if you don't meet that target. And having someone that will hold you accountable and actually do it, whew, that can be a huge motivating factor. Huge motivating factor. Those are a few things you can do, but honestly, there are a plethora of ways.
Yeah.
Plethora of ways. As I said, I'm going to send it to Mr. Rotimi Awaye as well. He's going to have the PDF. There's a 7-day challenge. If it's something you're interested in, you can join. But those things I've shared with you now, you can start. And then obviously, learn ways. Information is free. As long as you have data, it's all there. It's all there. Just take time and learn these things. Learn these things.
Yeah, information is free, service is charged. Like so.
Yeah, so that's it. But
All right, thank you.
I believe you can do it and you should do it. The fact that it's on your mind, it means that you have value that you can give. Please give the value. You do not know who you're going to impact. And whatever scale you have, I'm sure it does not come close to what God wants to do. So please go out there and share whatever God has blessed you with. I'm looking forward to your content.
Thank you.
Welcome. I think those are the only hands that we had. And I don't see any message. Okay.
There was another hand. I saw
Korede's hand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if he's still willing to.
Korede, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for everything that you have shared. I had so many points during your speech. In my head, I was like, where has Mr. John been all my life? Because I feel very empowered by everything that you have shared. And I think so many of the things that you said spoke to me, like the thing about having confidence and not being scared of what's going to happen when I put out this content. But I just want to ask this question because it's something that has been very prohibitive for me. One of the things that discourages me from putting my content out there is the problem about engagement. There are a lot of creators out there. So sometimes being visible can feel like you are swimming upstream, and it's very discouraging. I had a publication marathon that I started this year. I wanted to publish something every day of the year, 365 days, and I was consistent with it, but it was very discouraging because every day I was just having like 2 reactions, 3 reactions, 1 reaction, 1 reaction. At least you got someone reach out to you and tell you that, oh, I saw your content. So that was probably very encouraging. But for me, I didn't really get stuff like that. So it was very discouraging that, okay, I've done this for over 100 days and still there's no improvement. And it just feels like, when am I going to hit the mark? When am I going to get to that point where I actually get engagement? Or maybe there's something I'm not doing right. So I don't know, how do you manage that terrain?
Korede, thank you so much for that beautiful question. Most of us face this, and there are layers to this answer. Let me start with the most important one. If you have a relationship with God, I think we have it easiest. We have believed too many lies that we are in competition with people. God did not create us and put us in this world to be in competition with people and to be unseen. There's no such thing as people cannot see you. You do the work God gives you to do, you will be seen by the people at the time that God wants you to be seen. Joseph had a clear dream, a clear vision of his family coming to bow down to him before he was 17. How do I know before 17? Because he was sold as a slave at 17. Korede, with all his fantastic content he was putting out there as he was in charge of Potiphar's house, he was taking care of the prison. It took 13 years. 13 years. 2 of those 13 years, from the 11 to 13, he had so much hope because he spoke to one of the servants of Pharaoh, thinking, this guy is going to speak to Pharaoh for me. The guy forgot. 13 years. Was he a mistake? Absolutely not. In all toil, there's profit. God was working on him. You think if he had put a 17-year-old, 21-year-old Joseph with the attitude he had before as second in command in Egypt without taking him through the training, would have been able to achieve the type of results he achieved? I don't think so. I don't think so. Our God has created us. There is no such thing as competition. We should learn to collaborate. We are not in a bakery. We are on a farm. God made us from the soil and put us in the Garden of Eden. When you eat the fruits, the seed to plant, you plant seed, you have hundreds of fruits. Oh, if that person takes it, we'll not have enough. No, you have hundreds, an exponential God, an abundant God. Korode, nobody is taking you out or taking your clients. It's a lie of the devil. And unfortunately, we believe that. No, I direct people to friends that train on public speaking. And to some people, it doesn't make sense. I direct them. Why? One, I actually charge well. If we're doing one-on-one, I charge well for my time. Two, I've spoken to those friends. There's a friend I have, English doctor. In case anyone here is interested in improving their grammar, he created a book, cost 5K for the book. And I've been training people for over a year on playing different roles at the club I belong to. And one of them is grammarian. Over a year, I've been recommending them to go and buy his book. It's only recently that I clicked affiliate marketing. I said, all this time I've been losing money. So now every time I recommend and someone buys, I get a commission from it. We're not competing, we're collaborating. Certain clients are not for me. I send them to my friends. When they go, I get commission. We're making money. Change your mindset. Don't believe that lie. There's nothing like, it's oversaturated, blah, blah. Wherever God sends you to, there's more than enough room for you. If he doesn't send you there, go away. That is the major one. Now let's look at the minor one. 100 days is actually not a long time. That's just about 3 months. June, I said I started posting consistently. February, March, April, May, June, 5 months. 5 months. That's when they now reached out. There are days that my article will have no reaction. You can go to my LinkedIn page. You'll see no reaction, no comments. I just kept posting. Because really, my target wasn't to get any interaction. I wanted to improve my thinking. So I was posting. 5 months. If I had stopped before that, which if I was looking at the engagement, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have gotten that. When you say you want to do something, do not look at this time, this has not happened. 3-4 months is a short time. Unfortunately, our scale of time has changed. Now, if you have a different target, maybe we can discuss that. If something you wanted to achieve in a month, that's different. But if you're talking, content, you should be thinking in years, maybe even decades. Push it out there. Push it out. Remember, we have the Spirit of God. I'm assuming you're a disciple of Christ. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We have the Spirit of God guiding us. We are not here on our own, wandering and confused. God is guiding us. Which other guide would you want to have, if not the one that knows the beginning from the end? I mean, it's unfair. If there was competition, it's unfair that we're even in this race. So don't look at those short timelines. The world has changed our perspective of time. Oh, this should happen. No. Things happen in his time, not your time. You can't say in 1 year this should happen. I know it didn't happen. His time might not be 1 year. I could be wrong, but I am 99.9999% certain that Joseph was not thinking 13 years before he became second in Egypt or his family came to bow down to him. 99.9% certain. He probably thought a much shorter timeline. Don't create timelines that God has not put for you. He may be trying to mature you. He may be trying to get the right opportunity. You don't know what he's doing, but trust it. Keep putting the content that will give value. Remember, you're focused on the value. And think, if you have targets, pray about it. Let your mind do what it does. If the results are not coming in terms of maybe financial, you will think of other ideas. You'll be amazed when certain doors are not opening. You'll be amazed at how many other ideas come because those doors are not opening. It can be difficult, but just say, you know what, I'm going to keep going. 1 year, 2 years, God, let's see what happens. And as you saw from my own example, just because nobody is liking or commenting, it does not mean they're not seeing. it does not mean they're not seeing it. In fact, someone, he will comment on different posts. He will not like, and in my head, I'm saying, come, you're a social media person. Don't you understand the benefit of liking, like and comment? You just comment, oh, thank you for sharing. Like, people are seeing. And then let me leave this last one. Hopefully those helped you, but let me leave this last one. All of us actually have assets, right? As I said, I train. Tonight again, I have the Friday training. Every Friday, 9 to 9:30, I'm going to train. It's a community where I build trust. I belong to another group. So my LinkedIn post now, when I post it in the group I belong to. Because interestingly, it's a group on public speaking. Many of us don't utilize the assets we already have. You have so much leverage, but we don't think about it. We don't use it. It's right there. It's right there. When Abraham's servant went to the wilderness, she was thirsty, didn't see the water. They opened her eyes to see the well that was there. It was there. But if you're not searching for it, generally we don't find it. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you'll find. Knock and the door will be open. Matthew 7:7. Most of us are not seeking for this thing. So think. Just spend time thinking. Thinking is the hardest thing to do. Most of us don't do it. Spend time thinking. I'm not getting enough engagement. What exactly can I do? You even have this group right here, this Campus Yo Pro. I'm not sure how often you post and put it in the group. Do you put it in the group, your link? Are you there, Corridor?
No, it doesn't actually.
No, I don't.
No.
And this is one group I know you belong to. I don't know how many other groups you belong to. How many people here are looking for the service and the value that you're putting out? Utilize these groups. You have committed yourself somewhere. There are people that trust you there. Use it. Use it. So those are a few things that I can share with you now. If you want to reach out to me later on, please, we can discuss other things. But do not let being disheartened. Look, I'm not saying don't be disheartened. That's okay. It's okay to be disheartened. It's okay to be scared, but do it disheartened. Do it scared. There's a reason you need to be courageous. If you're not scared, there's nothing like courage. You don't need courage to face normal things. You need courage to face fear. Be courageous and face it. So you're being disheartened, like Diko asked about systems. Still follow your system. I am one of the most unambitious persons you'll ever meet, and it frustrated my father growing up. Because of that, whenever I have something to do, I have to set up a system, like this whole public speaking and writing. If I didn't have the Monday, Friday, trust me, I would not do anything. I set those targets and say, you must do this within this time. Make sure you do it every week. Make sure you show up. Just set a system. Do I always feel like it? No. Sometimes I'm tired. I want to relax. I want to do this. But because I've set that target, I go and meet it. So as I said, we can talk more, but hopefully what I shared has encouraged you to keep moving forward. God designed you as an asset. You have a lot of value. I've not seen what you're putting out there, but because I know who made you, I know you have tremendous value to give. Corridor, please give it. Put it out there. I don't know if there's any other question. I don't see any.
No, so I think that's the last of it. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for granting me this opportunity. I would love to give as much value as God permits me to. I love doing this. I learn from you. Even in asking your questions, I learn a lot. Please reach out for as many things you can think I can offer in terms of giving value to this community. We are here to refine one another. We're here to serve one another. Our skills should not die with us. There are needs out there that if one person hears your idea, you'll be amazed how it transforms their lives. So let us share. And I'll recap once again. Please take one thing and act. ACT, act. Action. Do something about it. Let it not be that we meet again in a month or 2 months or 3 months, and I happen to ask, excuse me, what did you want to do? And you say, oh, I wanted to, and I did not. Please, no. Act. It's in the acting that we master. It's in the acting that we get results. It's in the acting that God blesses it. He blesses the works of our hands. Thank you so much. Over to you, Adams, to close us out.
Thank you very much. I just want to use this time to re-echo some thoughts that I see in the chat here. Oluwaseun Joseph said, "Thank you, Mr. Thank you so much for sharing, Uncle John. This encourages me to continue to execute ideas God gives me for my Yoruba brand." Okay, that's wonderful. And then he went on to say again, it's unfair that we're in this race. And then Oluwakorede said, "Thank you, sir. That was very helpful." And then Abigail said, "Thank you so much, sir." And then Mr. Shola Dekoye said, "Thank you so much for sharing. God bless you." Indeed, I also want to add to that, and on behalf of our community, thank you very much, sir. And of course, as you were rounding up, when you mentioned act, I was just something just transported me to the Gospels. I'm like, so if Jesus, like, let's just say when Jesus went, God ascended to heaven, what would have been the best thing to like record if not the acts of the apostles? So of course, that's just a thought that came to mind. So we need to act upon what we've learned and to apply. And this is what I always share with other people, that me, for what I think, what I do know is that the difference between the rich and the poor is mindset and the application of knowledge. So now our mindset have been shifted to some point, to some degrees. Yes. Now, what do we do with this knowledge? How do we apply it? That's the other question. So thank you very much, sir. I just want to run us through our announcement for today. Of course, this is just one special part of our Friday Devos. We don't get to have this every Friday. We don't get to have it like that. So thank you very much again, and to Mr. Rotimi Awai for pulling us through to this point. So every Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., we have our Friday devos like this. So it can be more, but of course, I can't say it can be more than this or less than this. But just imagine if you're joining us here today for the first time. Yes, this is how awesome and refreshing it can be. So please do well to join us again. And then Sunday worship services at the Shomolu Motion Facility, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, everyone, for hopping in. Thank you for being part of this conversation. And this is all I can say today. And so let's go to God in prayer, even as we round up. Our dear God in heaven, our mouth, so me, I don't know what thing I go say, because this is mind blowing. This is amazing. This is my mouth is full. I just want to thank you on behalf of my brothers and sisters, on behalf of this whole community. I want to thank you. Father, we want to thank you for granting us the grace to be alive, to witness this day, to enjoy this. This is what other people pay millions for. This is what other people struggle to access. But for us, because courtesy of the fact that we are in this kingdom, we are your children, whom you've drawn to yourself with your loving kindness, whom you've set apart for yourself. Look at what we are benefiting, Father. We thank you for that. Also want to thank you for our brother, our uncle, our father, whom you have used today to help us, to teach us, to encourage us, to challenge us, and to also inspire us in our work and in all that we do in our life, Father. Indeed, we've been refreshed, we've been enlightened, we've been encouraged, and all that we've heard here today, Father, we receive grace to put it into practice, that it will be to the profit, to our own profiting, and even to the glory of your name. So thank you for all our brothers and sisters who are here this moment, and even those who are not here, Father. Let this news become a resounding message, even as we take it home to them, even as we go out there and share it with them. We bless your holy name, Lord God Almighty. This and more we ask in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.